Hello and welcome everyone. Today we want to talk in this video around the topic of the ego.
Yes.
The ego. Wow, what a biggie. Well, that's not an easy one.
No.
But we'll do our best to share with you some examples of, for instance, how our ego has been a survival mechanism since the beginning of time.
Yes.
We needed our ego to protect us. But do we really need it today? Maybe, sometimes.
Yes.
But the more conscious we become and are becoming of our ego, how, for instance, it has limited us through the years, how it has allowed us to step into fear.
Lack.
Oh, that's another really good one. Our ego experiences lack. Yeah. Now there's a really good one, sweetie, because when you think about it, how have we gone into those fears? How has it manipulated us into that situation? Well, it's a consciousness level. You know, there's many times while we're doing our talks or seminars or workshops, and people have come to us and we've been talking about the ego, and then they say, oh boy, I wish I could kick that ego into touch, or oh boy, I wish I could delete that darned ego from the programming, or just get rid of it. But you know what? It's not really about getting rid of it, folks. You know, because our ego, it has brought us to where we are now. So there's another beautiful statement that I heard you say just a little while ago. Gratitude.
Yes. Big gratitude. It brings you so much insights, wisdom, to make other choices. Choices for love, for light, for wisdom.
Yeah. To live a happier life. Because when you start to become aware of the ego and ego consciousness, basically what you're doing is you're preparing yourself to step into another conscious level. Do you remember what that one was, sweetie?
Conscious consciousness.
Conscious consciousness, yes indeed. Because when you step into conscious consciousness, you start to make conscious choices. You're consciously aware of what's going on in your life and around you.
Yes, and then you're gonna balance your ego to bring it in love, to bring it in light.
That's a nice one, yeah.
Because it's so important to accept yourself.
That's
on
another
every
nice
level,
one.
On every level.
Yeah. So you have to accept your ego too.
Yes.
I guess that's what you're saying, huh?
Yes.
Oh, cool. Yeah, that's a really good one. And you know what, folks? I mean, whether we like it or not, we are the captain of this ship.
Yes.
And we have the rudder.
Yes.
Or we have the oars.
Or the compass.
Ah, that's a good one.
Yes.
The compass. Ooh, that can point you in the right direction.
Yes.
Oh, that's conscious consciousness.
Yes.
The compass. Yeah, I like that one.
You decide where you want to go.
Yeah. So you decide, for instance, example, let's just say, using the terms, for instance, I am.
Yes. It's a strong statement.
Another one?
I don't know.
I have. Yeah, that was
Yes.
another one that we just talked about, right? So feel those words. Close your eyes and feel those words. I am. I have.
It is.
It is.
Yes.
But the thing about this, what comes after those words, is also extremely important. Remember, you're the captain of this ship.
It's a high level word, emotion, feeling, or low level.
It can go both ways.
Yes.
I mean, that's your compass again for you.
Yes.
Yeah. So here we are, we're looking at I am, and you wake up in the morning and you're feeling a little bit drizzly and snotty and you think, oh boy, I'm feeling poorly today. Uh-oh. Guess what you just told your body?
Be poor.
Be poorly.
Yeah.
Be sick. Be ill. Yeah. And guess what happens? All of those cells inside, they listen to every single command that you're giving them. And guess what they do? They start snottering too, and they get a cold as well.
Yeah.
And you start deteriorating and going deeper and deeper into the cold.
Yes.
you could turn that really quickly around by saying, okay, acknowledging that you're feeling a little bit snotty and whatever, and then you could say, I'm going to have a wonderful day today. I'm going to be bouncy and bubbly. I'm going to be healthy and wealthy.
And it will happen.
And it'll happen. Because you draw to you what it is that you're putting out. And becoming more and more conscious of that particular statement, for instance, you do actually and will change your life.
You make light of your ego.
You make light of your ego, absolutely. Another beautiful one. Fear.
Oh.
Doubt. Worry. Oh.
Lack. Oh.
Another good one.
Yes.
These are all ego-conscious words. What do you think about that? When you become more consciously conscious, or in conscious consciousness, you start to live more from a field of love. Choosing to live from a field of love instead of just feel those words. Don't feel very good, do they?
No.
Is that what you want? No, I don't think so. Would you rather indeed be in a field of love all of the time? By choosing higher vibrational words. See, this is our ego that's created this, and we understand it. I mean, we've needed that ego. From the beginning of time, it has been our survival mechanism. But folks, we are moving into different times now. We're moving into a space and an energy and a vibrational level where we're starting to understand that our every single word, they are vibrations, they're putting energy out, we're creating it. So when we start to consciously choose to move away from ego consciousness into conscious consciousness, we start to make choices, start to use different words that are not going to be lowering our vibrations.
Enlightening you.
Enlightening us. Absolutely enlightening us. So we do understand that this is a pretty tricky subject. And boy, hey, we've talked about it before, the ego does not want to relinquish control because it's been the boss of you for all of your life. Do you think that ego is going to just let go? And just let you take the oars and the rudder and the compass? No, it doesn't want to. So there'll be a little bit of a battle there as you first start to work with all of this.
But where are the answers? The answers are in our heart. So when you can step into your heart instead of going outside.
Yeah, that's a really beautiful one, Mario.
And
how many times have we heard, as we've been going through our journey, the answers lie within? Mm-hmm. And boy, I remember way back, when I first started visiting, I think that was probably about 14, 50 years ago now, I visited the Celestine Vision chat rooms, and I remember a beautiful gentleman called John Winthrop Austin. He's unfortunately not longer with us. He's on the other side now. But I remember when I first asked him, and I was really on the very beginning of my own journey, so how is it you guys get all of these answers? How is it that all of these synchronicities and everything all seem to be happening for you, and I'm not experiencing nothing? You know what he came back with? He came back, Ian, the answers are here, they're inside your heart. Not outside yourself. Now, I thought I was being fobbed off, because I did not believe that way back then. But the beautiful thing is, step by step, he did help, he assisted, he guided, he showed me ways that it happened and it worked. And I started to learn to find the answers inside of myself. And that leads to another point here in ego consciousness. How many of you have seen this before? How many of you done that? Mm-hmm. How many of you have pointed at fingers to somebody else, blaming somebody else? We've all done it. I'm not saying that I've not been there, and I'm not saying that I'm not there now and again too. I still do it sometimes, more in fun these days. Because we know when we're pointing the fingers to somebody else, don't we, blaming somebody else. But you see, the beautiful thing about this as well, and I'm holding my hand in a particular way at the moment, because if you look at the one finger, it's pointing directly at the person I'm blaming. But look at my hand. How many fingers are pointing towards me?
3.
Oh. So who's to blame here?
Yes.
Oops. But I've also got my thumb up in the air. And that's kind of like a little bit exaggerated, but this is my antenna.
Yes.
I can tap in, and it's just an example, folk. I'm not saying that this is my antenna, but it's an example of you opening yourself up to the universe, to your intuition, and allow the messages to drop into you instead of looking for the answers outside of yourself. We're not saying that looking for the answers outside of yourself is a bad thing, but sometimes once you start to integrate it, and certainly discernment, using your own discernment, it'll make a difference in your life, because then you are discerning for yourself whether that outside of yourself is your truth, or it resonates with you, and you're bringing it inside and you're feeling it, and then you're making a conscious choice.
In balance. It's always about balance. So embrace your ego. Become friends. Be grateful.
Oh, yeah, that's a beautiful one.
Yes, it will heal you from the wounds of the past.
Yeah. Oh, there's another really good one. Thank you. That opens up a whole new book. The past. Oh, wow. Yeah. Would you say perhaps that you live in the past? Or certainly from experiences from the past? What can you do about it?
Make other choices.
Can't do nothing at all about the past.
No.
Because we're not that clever yet that we can manipulate time and change the past. Oh, it's coming. But we haven't reached that point yet. So, the past is the past. So what do you do from the past? You learn.
Yes, it's your soul evolution.
Let's say for instance you did something bad in the past, or what you perceive to be bad. Is that really bad?
No, it's an experience.
Exactly. It's an experience from which you have learned.
Yes.
And if you've learned to make a new choice, a different choice, if for instance you were put in front of that example again, well, it is more of a gift rather than a mistake or a bad choice.
So be gratitude for your choices.
Be in gratitude for the choices.
And your experiences.
Exactly. So, and again, this is all a part of the ego and how it's had control of us. And guess what? You know what, folks? When you first start to learn what the ego is, and you start being willing, for instance, to move into conscious consciousness, the ego is going to struggle. It's going to fight back. It doesn't want to release the control of the oars and the rudder and the compass. No, it's enjoyed being the boss.
It's safe to be the boss.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, and it was safe for us as well.
Yes.
But hey, we can't get away with that anymore in these times, can we?
No.
So at first you might struggle a little bit with the experience of moving from ego consciousness to conscious consciousness. And there'll be things that'll be happening in and around you, and that's okay too. But you know now, you've taken the step, you've made the choice to move from ego consciousness, to lift yourself up, to lift your ego up into conscious consciousness.
Make light.
Make light of things. Enjoy life. Be happy. Be in abundance. Be healthy. All of those things have been controlled by our ego. But it's done. We're moving, whether we like it or not, it's happening to every single one of us. We are moving at the very least into conscious consciousness. And we love one particular one more that we've recently been introduced to, and that's conscious communication.
Yes.
And we love conscious communication, don't we?
Yes.
We have some absolutely awesome communications when we're working from that space of conscious communication. There's no ego anymore, and there's another video coming up pretty soon, and you'll meet Harry and you'll meet Truce.
Yes.
You're going to enjoy that
Yes.
one. Yeah. Well, I think we've at least given a couple of little examples of how our ego has been controlling things.
How you can change it.
How you can change it, and that there are different levels of consciousness, conscious choices, and it is all about your choices. Oh, there's another really nice one. We here on Earth, I'm pretty sure you'll have heard of this, free will choice. our guides, for instance, are they able to step in and show us when we're in ego conscious or when we're in ego, when we're acting out from the ego? No. Unless we ask, and then it's possible, then they may come and assist and guide us and place synchronicities on our paths, examples.
We have to surrender.
We have to surrender. Yes. Looking at it from this particular level, moving into conscious consciousness, you become conscious that you, for instance, have an intuition. That you can feel from inside of you which direction to go. When you're moving into conscious communication, there's no ego involved anymore. You're moving more and more into a state of love being. Oh, isn't that just a beautiful feeling? Love being. I mean, we look at the world at the moment, certainly with all of the chaotic things that are going on, all of the disasters. Yeah, and we can certainly understand that you feel depressed and you feel concerned and you'd go into fear. But if you can just tap into that conscious communication, that conscious consciousness, it'll lift you out of, if you will, those fears. Because basically what's happening here, while you're in fear, you're lowering your own vibrations. You're keeping yourself, if you will, imprisoned. You're not allowing yourself to bloom and grow. So here too is an example, for instance, of being put the TV off. Stop reading newspapers. Stop giving them power that are trying to control us from their egos. Because they don't understand all of this yet.
Maybe it's a better idea to take a walk. And to watch
Nature.
Mother Nature.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's a whole new ballgame. When you start to learn to work with Mother Nature, the creatures around us, that just becomes a whole bowl of fun. But anyways, I think we've given you enough examples in this video to help you understand the power of the ego. And that indeed, in moving towards our ascension, that it's going to take some work from us all to shift from that ego consciousness, to move it in to conscious consciousness.
And to live in a world of peace, love,
harmony, joy,
oneness,
abundance, health.
Yes.
Oh my goodness. You know what, folks? Let's just repeat those ones, sweetie. Health, love,
joy,
beauty,
harmony, oneness,
abundance.
Yes. Oh,
can you feel those words? Doesn't it do something to you to feel those words instead of fear, anger? We're not going to go there. We're going to leave you with harmony, joy, peace, beauty, abundance, health. That's conscious consciousness, conscious choice. Which one do you want? Conscious consciousness or ego consciousness? That's an easy one, we think.
I think so.
Thank you.
Thank you. Namaste.
Namaste.